I'm here in front of Phoenix Bakery on North Broadway Street in Chinatown, the oldest family-run Chinese bakery in Los Angeles. We're gonna head inside and talk to one of the owners and find out how their success began as immigrants coming to America in the early 1930s, as well as find out how they make some of their most famous pastries. We are here with Kathy, one of the owners of Phoenix Bakery. So thank you so much for letting us interview you and welcoming you to your beautiful bakery.
Well, this year we're celebrating our 80th anniversary, and it was founded by Yulin's father and my father. And the thinking was that people, even in hard times, will enjoy sweets.
Very true.
So they came here with nothing in the late 1930s, early 1940s. The family was here, and we've been in this location for about 40 years. So I am the second generation, and some of the third generation spend some time here now.
Could you tell us about the logo?
The logo was designed by Tyrus Wong. Tyrus Wong was one of the first Asian animators at the Disney studio, and he designed our logo. He's one of my brothers actually was a model for this. I won't tell you which one. But,
with the hair like that too,
yeah,
right? Okay.
So this is our logo. We're very proud of it, you know, and people when they see this know that it's Phoenix Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
So
where are all your original recipes from?
Yulin's father developed them. He learned them in Hong Kong, some of them, the Chinese ones. One of the reasons that our strawberry cream cake is so popular is because it isn't very sweet. Mm-hmm. You know, we use fresh cream, and it appealed more to the Asian palate.
Oh, okay.
But also to everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so successful. We have some Asian goods here, as you can see. So the range of our goods has actually expanded over the years, and you sort of have to go with the times,
Of
too.
course.
So.
Are you going to make like a unicorn colored one? That's super in right now.
Right.
Please don't. There's enough already. It's good to change, but it's also good to keep traditions alive.
Absolutely.
Which I think is a balance that people kind of have a struggle finding.
It's a hard balance.
Yeah.
It's a hard balance, yeah. But this is the basis of the family business. And this is the business that put all of us through school, all the college.
Did you feel growing up any type of animosity towards you and your family being immigrants?
I was very impressed with, and when I think back now, is the prejudice that my parents probably felt more than myself. You know, I was born and raised here, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But that my father learned English, learned it well, went out in the business world, learned to communicate with community leaders, made connections in City Hall. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know, for an immigrant to do.
Would you like the bakery to continue to be passed down in the family?
We would hope that it would be passed down in the family and continue for, you know, many more years, but we'll see. Well, you come back. Come back in a year and see what happens.
Hear that? Come back in a year and see what happens. Now, Phoenix's head baker Yulin is going to show us how they make two of their most popular items, their strawberry cream cake and winter melon pastry.
Okay, so as you see, the dough's beginning to develop. She's cranking it up the speed.
So how can you tell that it's developing?
You look at the shine on the dough. So you see how when you first started out, it was very, very like coarse and not as shiny. Now it's getting a gloss.
This is the secondary dough?
This is the secondary dough, and you can see like the difference in color. Okay.
Yeah, this almost looks more like a shortbread base.
Okay. Then she just takes a hunk of the secondary dough, and then she'll incorporate it into that, folding in the secondary dough, and now she's gonna do the folding.
And what's inside of this secondary dough?
Okay, you got like a pastry flour, and you also got lard in this, and that's basically
That's it?
Yeah.
The technique of doing two doughs, what's the benefit of that?
Well, that causes it to rise.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't do this, it's not gonna rise.
So when you cut one of these open, is it gonna be a pretty obvious?
Oh, you'll see it. Cut open one of those things, it basically falls apart like paper.
And what's inside of the winter melon filling?
Basically, all it is winter melon, sugar, oil, and flour.
Flour to keep it thick.
You have to know how to gel it. Okay, she'll roll it out like a dumpling. Then she'll get the filling, and then she'll close it like a dumpling. Very similar.
I see. So the spiral roll is to create those layers.
Yes.
And then she fills it like a dumpling.
Yep.
Got
and then
it.
she just, and that's
Beautiful.
That's the pastry right there. Yeah, but you gotta flatten it first.
Flatten this out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you just pull up the edges, roll it out,
Now do another one.
Do another one,
Yeah,
okay.
flatten it out, flatten it out.
roll it. Okay.
Roll
You
it.
do one first. I have to watch
Roll
the
it
expert.
a longino, okay.
Okay.
Then roll it.
Okay.
And-
Mine looks
Okay.
much longer.
roll it longer. So after these are made, they'll put it in the pan, and then they'll bake. They'll actually stamp them, get bigger, 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 bigger,
Bigger, bigger.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
and then squeeze it together. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Then put it down, and then
Yeah.
like so. Then you got it, and then
Hey.
you kind of shape it.
Kind of round it out.
Yeah.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Good.
I did it. Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if she's impressed, but. So this is the lotus, right?
Yeah. Even as you cut, see how the layers.
Yeah, it just falls apart.
You know, the one you should try is the winter melon.
It's not real. It's not really sweet, which I like.
No.
I feel like a lot of pastries they can tend to be overly sweet.
This one you'll find really, we think, better than most. It's a lot of work producing that.
How many pounds of winter melon do you say that you guys use here in a average year?
Several thousand pounds. Okay, but when you actually get the filling, it's only a few hundred pounds.
Right.
So we're one of the few bakeries that will make these pastries from start to finish.
Nothing is ever as good as scratch made.
There's just too many fillers.
But I'm a firm believer in cooking like that as well. Like less is more. You don't need unnecessary things in it to make a really delicious product.
Okay, this is the sponge cake, or the cake that put us where we are today.
Okay.
And it's been made, like I said, close to 80 years here. This
So
is
who do
a-
we have here?
Yeah, this is Ralph Diaz,
Hi.
my
Callista.
foreman.
And this is just a classic sponge cake with egg whites.
No.
Oh no? How do you make
There's
it?
no egg whites in this.
There's no egg whites?
No.
Oh wow.
Okay. This is more of a modern, well, I don't know if it's modern, but it's kind of like an Asian, where we don't use egg whites. It's basically cake flour, eggs, water, sugar, oil. He'll put a glob of whipped cream down.
It's such a delicate texture.
So he'll load up the
Wow.
layer with strawberries.
I like how he is just cutting it with an offset. It's very generous with strawberries.
Sometimes we're too generous. Yeah.
Are you making profit off this cake?
We hopefully. What most people will call this is like basically what he's going to do is like crumb coat.
Crumb coat, okay. Yeah.
You know,
Crumb coat is basically a thin layer to make sure that you catch all the tiny little crumbs from the cake. So when you frost the final layer, it doesn't have any of the underneath crumb caught on the outside, so it looks nice and clean.
they go right into the finished product.
Okay.
So we get our almonds and we toast them ourselves, so they're super fresh. It's expensive to do, but we've been doing it for generations.
Yeah, fresh strawberries and almonds are two incredibly expensive ingredients.
Yeah, there you go. And then go back and
Clean up the bottom.
clean up the bottom.
These are still warm.
Yes.
You just toasted these?
Just toasted them.
Yeah.
That's the finished product. Basically, this is the finished product.
It's beautiful. Now this is pretty, I would say, like a Western flavor.
Yeah, this is more of Western.
Yeah.
There isn't really any Chinese, cakes. The things like we do try and keep is like what you made earlier, the watermelon, you know, pastries and stuff like that. When you go to other bakery chains, it's a Western flair with a lot of Asian fillings and things put in.
Gotcha.
So it's, you know, and what you did today was more traditional.
Well, thank you so much. I
Okay.
really appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you for your
So
time.
amazing. I'm here at the 119th annual Lunar Festival here in Chinatown in downtown Los Angeles, where thousands of festival goers are celebrating and ringing in the Year of the Dog. So the Year of the Dog, being an earth sign, is representative of feeling grounded, having loyalty, companionship, and intellect around you, kind of like our furry friends. Now, being half Chinese myself, I feel like it's not only my cultural duty to be here, but also an honor to be celebrating with all walks of life. So I want to find out what Chinese New Year means to the festival goers and what they hope and think the Year of the Dog has in store for them.
So I never really come here because whenever I celebrate Chinese New Year, I would actually go to China to celebrate it. And this is my first time here, and I'm like celebrating it with my friends.
So Chinese New Year means to me to celebrate the new year with friends, family, loved ones, you know, all that.
I wanted to celebrate my first Chinese New Year with my little son.
Chinese New Year means a lot to me because it's kind of this thing I grew up with, like celebrating with my family, and like now just being here alone, I get to share that with like everyone else.
Favorite Chinese tradition probably is the dragon dance.
I guess my favorite Chinese New Year's tradition is wishing, praying to the ancestors.
And it's kind of cool to like, I actually had like a Chinese New Year party and we did a dumpling making party and it was super fun, and I taught all my friends how to make dumplings and it was like a great time.
I hope the Year of the Dog bring me new beginnings and open doors for me, you know.
Just good health. That's all I want. And so far he's doing good. He's learning how to crawl at a young age.
I'm a senior, so like I'm trying to like go off to college, but like definitely like good fortune and like getting into like good schools, but also like celebrating like this last year with everyone and like happiness with everyone. Go, hey, Pastry!